Yo, what's going on? What's happening? How much water did you drink today? Or did you drink any? Drink water, especially while you're looking at this video. Let's get to the matter at hand. Okay, so unlike a lot of channels, I put out my pro and cons about Charlotte annually. Why? Because Charlotte is forever changing, forever growing. You know, they say that it's 108 people that move here on a daily basis. I see cranes in the sky, you know what I'm saying, and construction, you know, almost every day. So what I wanted to do, and what I normally do on a yearly basis, is just give you a modernized update of, you know, the pros and cons of living in Charlotte, or just Charlotte, period. You know, so we're gonna start off with the pros first, all right? And taking heed, I'm not perfect. Know that. And then the next thing is that, you know, for the pros and cons that I missed, hey, it's up to you to cover it. You know what I'm saying? There's other channels that do pros and cons about Charlotte, and if I missed out on something, I'm more than sure that the other channels that do videos on Charlotte will cover it. All right, let's go. All right, so the first, and we're gonna run through it real quick. So the pros, the first thing is Charlotte gives you a country/city life. So if you're like, you know, living in a place like Still Creek, which is away, you know, it's more closer to the state line, this North Carolina and South Carolina state line, you get that, you know, more natural feel with grass and trees, and you know what I'm saying? If you're not used to being around trees and grass and rabbits and deers and raccoons, and I ain't gonna say I saw one bear, but it's not no bears out here like that. What other animal am I missing that I saw early in the morning? Raccoon. Possums. Then you don't want to move, you know, in the like country life, you know, the country area. Now the city life, when you like move, or when you're like going towards uptown, is where, you know what I'm saying, you get that life where you don't have to drive everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You can get out of your car and walk from place to place to place to place to place. You know what I'm saying? And that's the uptown area. You know, that's the areas, plural, that surround around uptown. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about no car, you know, the stores, the restaurants and stuff like that are within walking distance, you know? So the first thing is Charlotte gives you a dual type of lifestyle. It gives you the city lifestyle as well as the country. The second one, we got Whitewater Park. You know, and you're gonna have to look this up, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna run through all of these, and that's that. You know, I'm not trying to make this video extra long. All right, so you got Whitewater Park, and I'm reading this off a list. Normally I don't you know, copy things down, but today I can remember all of this stuff. All right, so let's go. Carowinds, you have the Music Factory, you have South End, you have the Noda area, you have breweries and wineries. You know what I'm saying? You have the Jazz Festival. I don't know if that still goes on, but if it still goes on, that happens at South Park Mall. You have Juneteenth. The last Juneteenth they had in off of Central Avenue. I don't know if they still have it. Of course, you have the Panthers game that you can go to, the minor league baseball team called the Charlotte Knights. You have the professional soccer team called Charlotte FC. You have Freedom Park. You have Ramir Bearden Park. You have Club Onyx for adult entertainment. You have Lake Norman, Lake Wiley. We're 4 hours away from Atlanta. We're 3 hours away from 3.5 hours away from Myrtle Beach. We're 4 hours away from the mountains. We're 4 hours away going to west in North Carolina. From, you know, North Carolina beaches. We have Camp North End. We have Optimus Hall. If you're into these specific job fields, you know, such as construction, the health field, tech, banking. Charlotte is the second largest banking system in the nation. You won't have to worry about a job. If you're into the health field, tech, banking, or construction. Malls, we have Premium Outlet Mall, North Lake Mall, Perimeter Mall, South Park Mall. All right, so that's the pros. Cons. Traffic. I don't even want to talk about traffic like that, because I always get into it with people that are from other cities and states that have visited Charlotte and have said to me, Charlotte's traffic is not a problem. Because I live in Atlanta, because I live in Los Angeles, because I live in New York, because I live in Chicago, and in Chicago and New York and Los Angeles, and in Houston and Atlanta and in Miami, traffic is far more worse than far more worse than Charlotte's. And I get what you're saying. You're basically saying that, you know, you all have a heavy amount of traffic, whereas when you look at Charlotte's traffic is not as heavy. I'm not talking about like, maybe when I say traffic, what I'm really trying to say is that at the end of the day, we have traffic because people can't drive. And I know what you're going to say with that. Oh, we have people that can't drive, this and that. So listen, you got to come here, pause, to see what I'm saying. It's either people are being preoccupied by talking on the phone, because we don't have any type of law in Charlotte where you can't talk on the phone, when you can't talk and text. We don't have a law like that, like Atlanta has or New York. We need a law like that. And then oftentimes people do under the speed limit. They drive under the speed limit. And if they're not driving under the speed limit, they're driving too damn fast. Like, we have a highway called Highway 77. That's like really our main highway that goes straight through Charlotte. It's like if people are not doing 77 on Highway 77, they're doing 7. I'm straight up, that's my word. Traveling at 7 miles per hour. The traffic here is ridiculous because of the fact that people can't drive. Their minds are preoccupied. Let one accident happen on a highway, and they shut the whole highway down. It's just ridiculous. So you have traffic, you have construction. Within construction, you have roads closed. You have the lack of parking. It's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on. Crime. Since people have came here, you know, they brought crime along with them. Now, the crazy thing about it is, Charlotte was worse than what it is now years ago. So when you talk to the Charlotteans and you complain about the crime, you got to understand the Charlotteans are looking at you like, please. If you were here in the 90s, it was far more worse back then than what it is now. But if you're coming from an area where it's crime infested, it would appear that, you know, it's not that much crime here compared to where where you were born and raised at. But the fact remains is, I've been here for 9 years, and just about every year that I've been here, crime is going up. That whenever you get an influx of people that's coming from everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I get on the highway, I don't see just New York license plate. I see Florida, New York. I'm gonna tell you the plates that I see on a daily basis in Charlotte. Florida, New York, Georgia, specifically Fulton County. Because you know, on Georgia's state, on their state plates, their license plate, they have the county that, you know, the particular person is from. The county and state on the license plate. So you got Florida, New York, Texas. I see a little bit of Chicago. Ohio. I think that's about it. Yeah, so the crime is going up. Next, weather. We get 4 seasons, but the winters are winters are very much wild. mild. I said, wow, excuse me. Mild. You know, this past year we got no snow. You can't rely on your local meteorologist. You know, overall, you can't rely on your local news for the 7-day forecast. They be way off. Like if they tell you Monday is gonna rain, definitely wear. If they say it's gonna rain and it's going to be cold, I'm telling you, go swimming that day. Put on your swimming trunks, flip-flops, get you a sun visor, everything that you need to go to the beach. Go to the beach that day, because I'm telling you, they're way off. If they tell you it's gonna be 99 degrees on Tuesday, put on your Bubble Goose North Face jacket with the Tim boots to match. No lie. Sports. Hey, we have the Charlotte Panthers, Carolina Panthers, the Charlotte Hornets, the minor league baseball team called the Charlotte Knights, and then we have the soccer team called the Charlotte FC Football Club. That's what it stands for. And they play, the soccer team plays in the Bank of America Stadium, which is the Carolina Panthers Stadium, you know, when the Panthers not playing it. I'm putting that as a con because none of them have winning records. All of the teams as of now, man, sucks. Of course. So if you want to go to well, for prime example, you know, when they would call it Charlotte Bobcats, that's how long it's been since I've been to a game, and they had a winning season. Trying to be funny, but it's just the truth. They would call it Charlotte Bobcats. And I mean, I went there, I had a drink or two and had fun. That's pretty much it. I was rooting for I wasn't rooting for Charlotte, so most of the time when you go to a game, you always rooting for the other team. You know, like when Charlotte plays the Lakers, nobody's going to see Charlotte. They're going to see LeBron. So that's the con. Charlotte is spread out. So it's going to take you 20 minutes to get anywhere around the city. That's a fact. I'm not even making this up. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody told me that, like, before I moved here. Like, yo, man, I'm telling you, man, I live in Charlotte, and it's been years since I've been on the other side of town. That's what this one guy told me. I was like, man, get out of here, man. Charlotte ain't that big. Get out of here with that BS. Yeah, right. I'm going to tell you the reason why people don't think Charlotte is that big. Because they don't travel out. They think that Charlotte is just like the uptown area. You know, the uptown area, university area, you know, North Lake Mall, Betty's Ford. That's pretty much it. And probably South Park. That's pretty much it. Nah. You got East Charlotte. You got West Charlotte. You got South Charlotte. You got Southeast Charlotte. You got Southwest Charlotte. You got Steel Creek area. You got Ballantyne. You got South Park. You got the university area. You got the Noda area. You have Pineville, Matthews. You have Morrisville. You have Lake Norman. And then please, right down the street is South Carolina. So you thinking Charlotte is small? No. I'm telling you, the average time to get to anywhere around the city is 20 minutes. I can tell you, I live in Steel Creek, and it'll take me 20 minutes to get to and I'm still in Steel Creek. It'll take me 20 minutes to get to. I'm trying to think real quick. It won't take me 20 minutes to get to Whitehall. Yes, it will. It'll take me 20 minutes to get to Whitehall. It just depends on the traffic. And that's in the Steel Creek area. Things close early. So if you in the clubs, all the clubs close at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Grocery stores used to stay open. Harris Teeter used to stay open till Oh, it was 24 hours. Matter of fact, the one, at least in Rivergate, the one in Rivergate was. And they stopped it at 12. And then after that, now it's like 11 o'clock at night. That's it. And the reason why they shut it down, yeah, our grocery stores was 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days out of the week. I mean, please, should I tell you? I mean, you already know. I mean, the NIGGASs ran up in the store and started robbing people and all the rest of that, and they shut it down. Southern hospitality, when people say, hello, how are you doing? They really don't mean it. Just say hi back, and I'm doing fine. If you say, my bills is this, and my mom left me with the mortgage, and my wife is this, and my husband, they don't want to hear none of that. There's no such thing as Southern hospitality. Everybody really pretends. If they say hello to you, they're just saying it, it's just a saying. It's just like excuse me or pardon me. You know what I'm saying? If they say how are you doing, it's just they're saying it. They really don't want to know how you doing. I'm just letting you know that. All right? Charlotte is laid back. At least for now. But it's definitely changing. Religion. We are, under the Bible Belt. So therefore you have a whole lot of people that are religious. Now you may ask, Langston, why do you have a problem with religious people? Well, it's not so much that I have a problem with their religion and them being religious or practicing their religion. It's just that down here in good old Charlotte, you have a whole lot of hypocrites. So you got a whole lot of these heathens and hypocrites that party. They be at Club Onyx throwing them dollars, or they be twerking, getting those dollars at Club Onyx, and then on Saturday night and Sunday afternoon, all with the tongues. Saturday night, I'm not trying to be funny. Y'all just got to bear with me. I know some of you all are new to the channel, and it is what it is. If it's your taste, it's your taste. If it's not, it's not. But I'm going to be me. Saturday night, you was slurping and burping. And now, all of a sudden, Sunday afternoon, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. That's what I don't like. I don't like hypocrites and heathens. We got a whole lot of them in the South. I'm talking about Jesus God. In the same sentence, you gonna talk about how many bricks you got and how many blickies you got. Your street cred. I think I got everything. And last but not least, I'll say this. The city is growing. And I said that in the very beginning of the video. And it's a thing called growing pains. And the growing pains of Charlotte is the gentrification part and just the musical chairs that the city of Charlotte is playing with people based on the rent that people have to pay. Now, I know the city of Charlotte, they're not landlords, but I will say this. They have They have turned Charlotte into a whore. And they have allowed developers to come in here and do whatever the hell they want to do. And there's really, we don't really have any type of laws with rent increase. And I know rental increase is everywhere, but the type of rental increasing that we're seeing, man, is astronomical. You got to understand, man, and then I'm done. I'm officially done after this. You got to understand, man, Charlotte is nothing like how it was 5 years ago. So for those that were born and raised here, or for those that are transplants, such as myself, but have been here for quite a few years, we're seeing our city slowly but surely fade away and a new one issued in. And in this new Charlotte, hey, if you don't have what it takes in order to live here, you're not going to be able to live here. That plain and simple. Other than that, my name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video.